I work at the Cape Fear Literacy Council. Here at the Literacy Council, we often hear from people who want to get their GED, and many of them aren't exactly sure what that means. So today's video will discuss some of what is involved in preparing for a high school equivalency test. The first part is called Reasoning Through the Language Arts. The second part is Social Studies. The third part is Science, and the fourth part is Math. The good news is you don't have to take all four parts at once in one big day. So one of the things that we recommend is really preparing for this giant task of passing your high school equivalency by breaking that task into smaller and smaller pieces so you feel success after each step in the process. We often recommend that people take the social studies test first. And the reason we do that is the social studies test really capitalizes on good reading skills. You'll be presented with texts of social studies topics in history, geography, world history, some economics, and you have to be a good and careful reader, figuring out a lot of comprehension questions. There'll also be maps, political cartoons, charts, and graphs that we will help prepare you to understand. Oftentimes, people will take either the Reasoning Through the Language Arts or the Science test next. Both of those involve a lot of the same critical reading skills that the Social Studies test requires. However, in the Reasoning Through the Language Arts test, you also have to produce some writing. So, the reasoning test involves critical reading in both fiction and nonfiction sources, where you are really looking for main ideas, you're asked to make inferences, you have to understand specialized vocabulary, and then you have to produce an essay. You read two different essays, a pro and a con, about a particular topic, recycling, diamond mining, water conservation, you name it. And you have to read both essays and figure out which of those two essays is better argued by the author. And at that point, you need to write a 300-word essay, which then proves your point. In addition to GED test preparation, we also have a computer lab where you can learn to type and feel comfortable using computers. The science test is a lot of reading, critical reading in all the areas of science, including biology, chemistry, a little bit of physics, and a lot of ecology. But it also gives you opportunities to think about experimental design. And finally, for most of our students, is math. Now, if you're a great math student and you feel confident, you can absolutely tackle that one first. However, most of our students come in feeling more confident about reading. So when it's time to take the math, we're talking about basic arithmetic, some pretty basic algebra. I mean, you will have to know a little about linear equations, you will have to be able to understand the concepts of coordinate graphing, and it does go up to the quadratic equation. When the time comes to actually take the test, you will need to go to one of the community colleges, either Cape Fear Community College in New Hanover County or Brunswick Community College if you're on the Brunswick side of the river, and you'll take the test in their regular testing center. But before that, we can help you prep the content, we can help you get your GED count set up, we can help you get registered for the test when you're ready to. We'll even provide practice tests so that we know you're ready before we send you to the community college. We provide all the materials that you need, and we provide you with a one-on-one tutor. So, some tips that we suggest: when you're ready, you can give us a call and we will schedule you for an intake appointment. And at that point, we will give you an assessment, which is kind of like a test, but you can't fail, to find out where you're starting. And once we have that level, we'll know which materials to assign you to and which tutor might be a good fit. And then, after you've done your intake appointment, we will try to help you be consistent. We recommend that you set a schedule twice a week to meet with your tutor for an hour and a half or 2 hours at a time, and that you also reserve time at home for studying when you're not meeting with your tutor, perhaps even the same time each day, so you get used to thinking of, oh, this is my schoolwork time, and you really keep it consistent. If you're working up to 8 to 12 hours a week preparing for your GED, you'll get there a lot faster than someone who's only putting in 3 hours during class. And that's important because everybody wants to see results. Further, we're going to encourage you to be brave. Sometimes that's about stretching yourself a little bit. Maybe you think you're not really ready to take the social studies, but you go down and try it anyway, right? You sign up, you give it the best try you can. When you buy your ticket to the GED, you also get one free retake. So just being at the college environment, feeling comfortable in that room, knowing the check-in procedures, understanding how the test works, those are all going to help boost your score. And while we're talking about scores, let's lay it out there. It's not perfection. We're not looking for perfection here. We're looking to prepare you with good test-taking strategies so you can pass the GED, meet your high school equivalency needs, and move on with your life, whether that's attending college, whether it's applying to the military, or whether it's taking a job in our community. We want you to feel prepared.